drives the kind of work I do is my belief that every living human being has a form of beauty on the inside of them. I believe strongly that every single person is created for a purpose. Sometimes our background, upbringing, circumstances, sickness, disease, sometimes it could be any situation that will not allow you to live purpose. But because we believe strongly that everyone can, we use what we have to ensure that everyone gets to purpose. And the basic tool is by telling stories. Storytelling can be broad, can be elaborate, and can be powerful. Next slide, please. So, straight to the project that I did, that I want to share with you tonight, that I actually fucked up on. Now that word is controversial. It's strong, but I was so attracted to it, and I said, I'm going to do this. So let me tell you about the project. It was a media project. It happened a couple of years ago, and I believe strongly, I have a strong conviction that if I did it, if I had done that project and saw it through, I will not be where I am today. I'm 100% sure. So, what was the project? It was a media project, it was elaborate, it was supposed to run for 1 year. I put the whole idea together, I packaged it. I didn't have the confidence to believe that it would scale through. So I put it on paper, and then I went to go and see my mentor. My mentor happens to be the friend of the owner of the organization that I want to present it to. So he's the in-between person, the devil's advocate, that's going to look through it and tell me this thing is going to work, or you're just joking, you're just playing games, right? And so he goes through it, and he even gives me my time, because this mentor I'm talking about who doesn't have time for anyone. So he gives me his time to go through it. I'm like, okay, so he's even going through it. That's one level of success. I felt a bit calm. And before you know it, we went back and forth. He would tell me, go do this, go do that. It was a 280 million naira contract. And I was looking forward to it because I knew that not about the money, but the success it would bring, the impact it would make, and everything. And so he calls out his friend and says, I'm sending my girl, she has this fantastic project she wants to do for you guys. Please attend to her. I walk into the office and they say, you're welcome. Are you the person behind the project? Are you the boss? Or I said, I'm the boss. So did they tell you you have just 5 minutes to do the presentation? I said, yes, sir. We did all that. They introduced me to all the MDs of the different groups of the companies. I was doing meetings back and forth. I was feeling fly and feeling wonderful. And it happened back to back for about 6 months. At the 6th month, the person they handed me over to, the very MD they handed me over to, got a demotion. And he didn't take the demotion well, so he resigned. Now, they told me that someone else is coming in, and he might not buy into the idea the way that previous one did, but no matter what the case may be, we're going to have to start from the beginning. Don't worry, we can work it out. And I said, you know what? This is a bad sign. This is the sign that this project is not meant to be. 7 months, back and forth, here, there, no, I'm not doing this again. How am I even sure that after I start again, this is actually going to work? How am I sure? And so, as usual, I'm using the word as usual because I had a very strong, wrong mindset at that time that once there's a little bit of pressure or something goes wrong slightly, that's the sign that it is not meant to be, or that's the sign that it's not going to work. And because of the fear, and I could say, I wouldn't say it's pride, but sometimes fear is also associated with pride because you feel like, what are people going to say? So it's easier for me to say he was demoted so I didn't try again. But the truth is, you are already looking at circumstances of failure, so you were not ready to move forward with it. And that was it. That was how I backed out on a 280 million naira contract without the organization telling me that they're not doing it. I think about it now and I can't believe it was me. Because even if I was to go after it for 2 years, now, I would patiently go after it. I backed down because I had a conviction in my mind that just that little issue was the problem. And so I didn't go after it. Did I mess up? No. Big time. I can't believe it. They're telling me what they want. They changed the name of the project. I came with it, I said, I want one of your products to be on this TV show. They said, no, we want all of the products to be on the TV show. Everything will be there. This is how we want it. This is what's going to be called. Go and see this person, go and see that person. And just because one person was demoted, and because you're going to have to take a few steps back and start all over again. You're afraid of failure. You stopped on it too. Okay, so this is me being vulnerable. My profits, let me just tell you. Out of that 280 million, who wants to know how much is mine? You want to know? 70 million naira. 210 million will run the project through for the whole year. And I'll have a profit of 70 M. And because of 6 months, I backed out. Okay, so now I'm feeling so, the pain is coming to me, you know, it's fresh. Oh my goodness, so what went wrong? We've talked about what went wrong. What would I have done differently? I would have told myself that you don't stop. You don't ever stop. Look, the fact that it didn't work out the way you presumed doesn't mean that it's not going to work out. The truth of the matter is sometimes you even define failure wrongly. Sometimes you're not even failing, you just think you're failing. You're not. Because that level of success, the woman there told me that more than 100 proposals get to their office every single day, and it goes straight to the trash can from her table. It doesn't even move past there. And there you are with the vice president of the company, and he's handed you over to everybody, and you backed up. You don't give up. You give it all it takes. Wow. Patience. 6 months is not the end of the world. Perseverance. Give it all it takes. Humility. Forget about what people are going to say. Most of the time, the reason why you're concerned about what people are going to say, oh, she doesn't know how to do this, I thought she said she had it together, I thought she said she knows what she's doing, that's how she before me, she knows this, that's how she before me, she knows that. You're afraid because you're proud. You don't want to be seen out there as, oh, so she doesn't even really have it all together. Oh, so you too, you can make mistakes. It's just like when a man loses his job, and the worst thing is for him to go home and tell his wife he was fired. Like, how do I tell her that the king of her heart, the leader of the whole house, is fired? Humility. Focus. If you focus on it, the truth of the matter is if I focused, I would see how well it would work. Able to navigate the channels. Never give up, like I said already before. Do we have another slide? Questions? I think I wrapped that up really fast, yes? So, any questions before I go? How many questions can I take?
First time questions. So, any questions, anybody? It's an interactive session, so ask Caroline all the questions that you have.
Please ask me questions. I'm yearning to be asked.
What your bank balance was when?
Sorry?
I said, I wonder what your bank balance was when before you
Okay, you wanted to know what I had in terms of before that, as at that time in that year, I had never had ₦1 million to myself ever before. Let me look at it very well. So that's still taking it far. It's FUN nights, right? So we have to be vulnerable. As at that time, I don't think I've had a 500,000 naira summed up at once in my account. So for someone that has never had 500,000, and you walked out of a $70 million, means 70 million naira deal, she needs to be spanked. That's one of the things I would go back and go and do. She needs to be flogged. Like, what are you thinking? That's pride, lack of focus, no patience, a lot of mistakes, and too much fear. Any other question, please? Did I answer it well?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
I just wanted to find out. You had mentioned,
One out, please.
you had mentioned you had a mentor.
Yes.
So I was wondering, at this point where you're about to give up, did you engage a mentor or you just...
Okay, so in all honesty, I'm talking about 8 years ago. I can refer to him now as a mentor. As at that time, I didn't even know he's my mentor. That's how bad it is. If you ask me to define what a mentor is, So many things were going wrong in my mind. My mindset was in the wrong place. I felt like, look, I'm going to decide what this is. All I need this man for is to connect. He's connected, we need to sit down. When I make the money, I'll come and give him envelope. Period. I didn't tell him that, oh, somebody resigned and backed off and everything. He doesn't really know what's going on. He's facing his business, he's facing his work. I didn't even see him as a mentor. It's today that I can see him as someone that I would say, okay, let me find out from him, what's his opinion, let me run it by someone else. I was so into myself. Oh my goodness, thank you.
And sorry, lastly, how has the lessons learned helped you with your business today?
Thank you.
Can you share an example of how that has helped you to
Thank you very much.
grow your business?
Thank you. So recently, I started something, a new project. Now, every time you succeed in one business, and I've been warned that I shouldn't start doing lectures just to share them, but I have to answer the question. Every time you want to start a new business, it's like starting from the scratch. So something else can be working, and all of a sudden it now looks like you've never done anything before. A new project, a new product, a new service, you want to introduce it into business. If you don't get it together, you can fail altogether. Now, when I started this one, I got tired. And the old me that I thought had gone, because business has been going well in the other areas, started to creep in. And I started to give excuses. This is why it's not working. This is why, you know what? In my quiet time, because I have my quiet time, I tried to take a few steps back and looked at everything that didn't work. And the truth of the matter is that it wasn't that it was not working. It was me saying, it's not working. It wasn't that it wasn't working, it was how I chose to look at it. And all of a sudden I said to look, no matter what's going on this time around, I'm not giving up. Now, just the fact that I've made up my mind that it is going to work, every single time a way for it to work will always show up. Because you just think about it, it's going to work. The minute you say it's going to work, ideas begin to come on how it's going to work. You even remember some people that you didn't even know that could be useful in that way. So it's helped never to give up. Just keep going after it, and it will come. It will work. It will find how to solve itself. Any other question? Okay.
At that time, you didn't know what you know now. Why aren't you chasing that particular project now?
Well, it's been 8 years, actually 9, and I probably have evolved from that. So the projects I'm working on, what I can just do now is infuse the strategies. But I can't go back to that exact project anymore. It's gone. Even to rekindle that, or it's going to be a whole new process altogether. And there's one thing he said about funds, and I'm just going to say that and drop the mic. He said sometimes funds can actually stop you from doing a project. And I think if we are realistic enough, even if you need all the millions of naira or dollars to do a project, if you make up your mind to do those 4 things, focus, be consistent, don't give up, be humble, the truth is you will, without a penny in your account, without 1 dime, you will come around a situation or a circumstance or a strategy that will provide, whether it's an investor, whether it's a sponsor, whether it's an individual that's going to believe in it, but you keep on going at it. And please, when I say keep on going at it, it doesn't mean that even after you've seen that this thing is not going to be sold in the market, you continue going. What I mean is that be flexible, believe it's going to work, but make all the adjustments necessary as you go. I hope I've been able to do my part. Thank you very much.